What happened to Floyd happens every day in this country, in education, in health services, and in every area of American life. It's time for us to stand up in George's name and say, get your knee off our necks.
Part of the stirring eulogy delivered by Reverend Al Sharpton at George Floyd's memorial service yesterday.
Joining us now to talk more about that service is our mid-morning contributor, Dr. Corey Yeager. Corey, thanks so much for being with us here today.
Yes, good morning. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. So Reverend Sharpton, we just played a soundbite there, but he said we could never be who we wanted to be or dreamed who we wanted to be because you kept your knee on our neck. Such a powerful message there. Talk to us a little bit more about what all of that really means.
Yeah, I think it just speaks to the long and storied history of race and racism in America. Reverend Sharpton talked about the 401 years that we as African folks have been on this continent. And that entire 401-year history has been wrought with issues of violence and racism. And we are reminded that this country, we may not want to discuss it often, and surely not in depth, but was created through the use of strong layers of violence against a number of people, especially Black and brown folks. So that storied history, when we see George Floyd dying on the streets of 38 in Chicago, we don't see, as I had said before, we don't see just a single situation. We see the 401 years of history coming to pass in that very moment. So that symbolism of having the knee on our necks is something that we live with every single day. And sometimes we live with it as we work through PhD programs. Sometimes we live with it as we go through the educational system K-12. Sometimes we deal with it when we cannot get loans or we get bank loans at a higher percentage than our white counterparts. So we live with the knee on our necks every single day of our existence. And we have, to some degree, normalized that. Yeah, go ahead, Jason.
Yeah, I just wanted to ask Dr. Yeager about the impact of the family of George Floyd, as we have spoken about him almost in an abstract way because we didn't know George Floyd. But tell us what it means to hear those details about him, you know, liking those banana and mayo sandwiches and those sorts of things.
I thought it was an extremely bright, intelligent move for the folks of his family and those that are advising his family, because it was a move towards humanization. So too often, Black folks in this country have been dehumanized, been seen as subhuman, less than human. If we go to the creation of this country, the document that created this country, the Constitution, framed folks of color as 3/5 human. So just from the origins of this country, we've been seen as less than human. So the move to describe George Floyd as a brother and a cousin and an uncle, to humanize this man, because we know oftentimes outlets, media oftentimes will describe the negative aspects of who this man is, in an attempt to draw a parallel between him and negative things, so we begin to build the narrative of excuse as to why this man is dead. We know that is absolutely out of bounds, but we know it is also a reality. But it is, Jason, to your point, a move to humanize George Floyd and the many other nameless, faceless folks of color that have endured this violence for many, many years.
Dr. Yeager, it's Heather here. We heard some strong words from the attorney Ben Crump, also the attorney for Ahmaud Arbery there as well. But this isn't just about those two men. He said this is a fight for the unknown George Floyd, that this is going to take a united effort for justice inside and outside of the courtroom.
Yes. I mean, and again, I think that's an important aspect, that to the point of that, those many nameless and faceless folks of color, especially African American people that have endured so much of this violence, that they are attempting to put a face that would represent those many moments and issues of lynching that my grandparents would discuss, and my great-grandparents, who I had the privilege of knowing briefly, would tell the stories of that violence, but they were not being videotaped. The hundreds of those and thousands of those African American men that hung from trees and became the parts of the violence that we deal with, the fruit of hangings from those many trees. So those pieces now are being portrayed or conveyed as that version of who George Floyd was. He represents so much.
Corey, 8 minutes and 46 seconds of stillness. So powerful, but to be honest, it's so excruciating. It's such a long period of time, and I think that's the point.
Yeah, I think you're right, Jason. I think it is the point. If we could take the time to sit in silence for that 8 minutes and 40-odd seconds, and even bowing our heads at the final 3+ minutes when George Floyd lay motionless and lifeless on the ground, and this officer remained to keep his knee on George's neck, is almost a metaphor, as Reverend Sharpton said, for this country and the African American community, that even when it is not needed, the knee remains on our neck metaphorically. So what will we do as a nation that is in mourning? Will we mourn for brief moments and then turn directly back to what we've been? Or will we move in a way collaboratively for change? That's the question at hand.
Right. Dr. Corey Yeager, thank you so much for your insight and once again for spending this time with us. Let's keep talking. We so appreciate it.
Thank you. Good to be here today.
Yeah. We have set up an account for you to send messages of support to the Floyd family. You can email it to condolences@wcco.com, and we will be sure to pass each and every one along to George Floyd's loved ones.